This is for any of you. When TJ recruits, I'm sure he's preaching defense a lot. How much pride do you take in that? And how much pride do you take in the fact that, I can't speak for everyone, but when people think of Iowa State, they think of defense, they think of turnovers. You had 25 points off turnovers tonight.
I would say that first and foremost, defense wins games, defense wins championships. So having the pride that getting the stop, playing great defense is absolutely a prime example of what we did tonight and what we're going to continue to do.
This is for Trey and Rob. Was the game plan from the start to attack down low? Because it's certainly what it looked like.
Definitely. I mean, to be quite honest, that's the game plan every night. We have a unique team where we have a lot of guys who are very physical and very good finishers at the rim. And one thing that, Coach TJ and Coach Crawford and Schmidt have always preached to us is, dominating the paint. And, credit to guys like Keshon and Taman who make the plays getting downhill. And we really just played off of them. So, I mean, it's really, really easy when we're all flowing and in sync like that, like we were tonight.
Keshon, at one point, I think you scored 11 straight points and maybe 5 points in 10 seconds. What was it like to get that layup, get the steal, get the three? Crowd's as jacked as it is. You smiled, I know that. I mean, just describe that moment.
I don't know. It's kind of an unexplainable moment. Like, I never been a part of a crowd like that. So I can't even really explain how I felt. It was just like a good feeling for me.
For Trey and Rob, Trey, you mentioned that the game plan is always to go inside. Why was it uniquely effective tonight in terms of you guys being able to score? It was 30-2 points in the paint at halftime tonight.
I would say you didn't play last year, did you?
No, I didn't. Not this
I
week.
would say that y'all know what happened last year. So just to come out strong, come out physical, and let them know that we're here. This is our court. This is our arena, and we're gonna get the better of you guys. And that starts down low in the paint. You control the paint, you control the game. So we just had to make sure that we bring that fight to them immediately right out the gate.
Keshon, there was a play very early in the second half, maybe 3 minutes in. I think it was Taman that intercepted a pass at midcourt, and in the same motion flipped it to you for a three-pointer. What'd that do for you? What'd that do for the team, the crowd, the game?
I mean, it brought energy. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know what to say right now. It just brought energy. I'm so happy right now. I ain't gonna fake it. It's hard to talk right now, but it just brought some energy to the team and to the game.
Rob, what'd that do? I'll ask you.
He good at talking. I don't do the talking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't do the talking. He good.
No, it was cool because that's a hard play to make that Taman made. To turn around, have the awareness of where the ball is, to steal the ball, and then immediately find somebody who's having a hot night.
See, he good
Very
at talking.
impressive that Taman was able to do that and absolutely helped our energy. As you can tell, immediately Fran had to call that timeout to get his players back under control. And when that happens, that's when you know that you really got to step on the other team's throats and continue to bring that same high level of basketball play.
I'll quote that he said that.
See what I'm saying?
For any one of you guys, how important was it to be consistent with your defensive pressure, especially in the second half, to make sure that the lead didn't get away from you and, in fact, it continued to grow?
It's huge. The past couple games where we had leads, we've had a few spurts where, we've gotten complacent and we got into, scoring battles where we just trade buckets. And so, this game in particular, we knew that Iowa really liked to push the ball on made baskets and stuff like that. And so we really took pride in, starting the fight and really just stacking stops together. And I think that we did a great job of that, especially in the second half.
Trey, there was a possession late in the second half where you guys moved the ball around the perimeter. Keshon drove and then flipped it behind his back to you. Is that as good of offense as you guys have run this year on a possession?
Oh, for sure. It doesn't get any better than that. Like I said, we have a lot of guys who can really make plays getting downhill, and Keshon really had a hot night tonight. And it was funny because early in that half, he tried to throw me a hit-ahead pass that kind of got a little ahead of me and stuff like that. He's like, I'm going to get you back. And, I mean, he did that, and I couldn't be more proud of him because, he's made a lot of growth since the summer.
Trey, I think early in the game you had 2 or 3 buckets right at the rim on baseline backdoor cuts. In terms of the scouting report, how much do you guys feel like you could take advantage of them by getting open looks at the rim after cutting?
I think we took advantage a lot. I think that one thing that we really emphasized and talked about in our film sessions and stuff was that they didn't really have a lot of rim protectors, and that as long as we stayed patient and really got to our spots, we could do really whatever we wanted to. And I think that we did a great job of, listening and focusing and letting, the film translate over to the game.
Rob, you were 6 for 6 tonight. I'm not trying to jinx you for the rest of the year, but your other 4 seasons in college, you were in the 50s at field goal percentage. You're up to 75 on the year. What led to that this offseason, and what was it like tonight to go perfect from the field?
I would say just the trust that my teammates have in me, the trust that the coaching staff has in me, just the work that I put in every day, and then just being confident down there, not being like scared of anything, just doing what I do and knowing that what I do is good enough, and just to continue to do that throughout the game to move forward.
To go off that, Rob, you started your first year here, you beat Iowa at home, you get checked out after a big win, and you look at the crowd, hands going up in the air. What does that kind of mean to you to have this storybook ending in this Cy-Hawk rivalry?
Oh man, it's delightful. I mean, it doesn't get better than beating your rival to end your career. I mean, going out on a win is always going to be better than going on a loss. So having the crowd respond, having the crowd respond like that is just magical, as you guys know.
I mean, what was it like? What was that atmosphere like?
I would say it wasn't as loud as my first year, but oh yeah, it gets louder. Oh yeah.
Man.
But it was equally as fun, equally as exciting. The students were great. They were in 2 hours before the game, before I even got here. Both sides were packed up, and just having that sort of encouragement from the fans just proves to you how nice Cyclone Nation really is.
Can you guys talk about that?
I mean, it ain't no words to describe it. I mean, it's stuff that you dream of as a kid. And, being a kid who's not from here, I've seen, how Hilton's gotten over the years. And, to be a part of that and to be a part of, a rival win is undescribable. So,
Keshon, you had some moments in Orlando that weren't as jovial as tonight, and you guys have bounced back. Can you walk through the process of the last 2 weeks and how you guys got to this moment tonight and what you might have learned from that?
Honestly, what I learned is not to get too high and not to get too low, for real. So just staying level-headed and staying in the gym, that's really all we could do. Like, that's really all we could do is stay in the gym and keep getting better day by day. And then the results going to be the results in the end.
Speaking of not getting too high or too low, what is the key in you treat this game as it is? It's a huge game, but what is the key in the early non-con or the mid non-con winning it, but also moving on, not hanging on it for too long and getting too high, as you said, Keshon?
Can you say it one more time?
Yeah. What's the key? Obviously, you treat this game as a huge game because it is, but what's the key in not getting too high after winning it and kind of celebrating it, but focusing ahead?
Like you said, just putting this win in the bank and then focusing on the next game. Like, celebrate it tonight the right way, and then come back tomorrow and get better. That's really all we could do.
Thank you.